Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our Littlest Angel crochet project that I had talked about in an earlier video when I was telling in what direction I wanted things on my channel to go. And if you haven't watched that, one of the things that's real close to my heart, especially because I've had a granddaughter that passed away when she was just a few weeks old, and she was not a preemie, but I want to crochet little toboggans and blankets for premature babies that don't live, because it's just such a big time of grief for everyone, and because preemie things are so hard to find. And if I could give these to the local funeral home, maybe change from one time to the next, different funeral homes, we'll just see how it works out, then that would be one less worry for the parents, and they could just pick out what they want, and of course no charge or anything like that. They would just have that to use for their baby. So that's what I have on my mind. I'm going to show you, this is what I keep my crochet patterns in. And I have these pages that you just slide your pattern in. And this is the pattern from Christmas when I crocheted for my sister and my two daughters. So let me say that the patterns I'm going to show you, and I'll put the links in the description box, are what I'm using. And if you want to use them, that's great. They're very easy. It's just repetitive, so you don't have to change and do this a while or that a while. The blanket is actually just a big granny square, and then the hat only is a few rows, and I think it's real cute. I'm going to show you the two I've made so far. And if you don't want to use those, that is fine. Use whatever you want to use. If you want to mail these, or mail what you make to me, and then I will combine it with mine and whoever else and take that to the funeral home, that's fine. If you would like to take them to your funeral home, that's fine. Whatever you would like to do. I'm going to give this about 6 weeks or so before I take the first ones in, to give everybody that would like to do it with me a chance to make some and get them sent to me. And before I take them in, I'll do a video showing what everybody made and all that. I had looked into taking them to a hospital for preemies, but there are a lot of rules as far as you can't do it if you have animals. You have to be so germ-free, keep everything in plastic bags. I felt like, because I have a little girl who's, little girl and gets into everything, and I have animals and all, I just didn't feel comfortable doing it that way. So I just want to take it to the funeral home. I just think that, in my mind, is the best for what I want to do. So if you'd like to do this, you decide what you would like to do, and that's all wonderful. But let me show you what I chose. This is just a traditional granny square that I made, like I say, real big. I'll put the link to this. I'm also going to put a link to a guy named Mikey that crochets and teaches patterns and this and that, and he is a really good crocheter. He explains things very good, and I had been asked to teach maybe how to crochet, but I just don't think I could do as good a job as he could. And so I'll put a link to him, and maybe you could, if you don't know how to crochet and want to, you could watch some of his videos. So here's another picture of the Afghan, or the little blanket, and then here is a picture of the little hats. And these hats go up from 0 to 3 months, small newborn, large preemie, medium preemie, and small preemie. So what I have done is the medium preemie for the two I have here. I'm going to put some smaller premium and maybe a couple bigger, I'm saying premium, I mean preemie. So just do whatever you want to do, and it'll be right. That'll be what you should do. So I was just going to say, with this particular yarn, if you crochet, you know that if you want to make the pattern smaller than what it calls for, you can use a smaller hook or a bigger hook if you want it bigger. Some of this yarn I've used is not baby yarn, but it was appropriate for what I'm doing. But when I go buy more yarn, I'm going to eventually be using all baby yarn because it's the softest, and I just feel that's what I want to use. But anyway, I love these hooks. They're ergonomically good or whatever. And I used a F and then a G. And I got this at AC Moore. And I think they have them at Michael's too, but I love the handle on those. And I love this yarn. I think it's so pretty. And it is Burnett Baby Jacquards Florals. Anyway, that's what I used, along with this Pound of Love by Lion Brand, and the white and the blue that I'm going to show you where I made are both made out of the Pound of Love. So I made a boy and a girl set, and here is the little blanket, and preemie blanket should be about 18 inches square. And so here's the little blanket. It's folded up. Here, I'll open it. And it's maybe 19 inches with the fringe on it. But there is that. And then here is the little hat. And I think the hat is fine, except I think there may be a need for a little smaller hat. So I'll make some more smaller. But there is that one. And then here is the pink one. And I'm not sure if you can see that one as well. But there's the pink one. And this yarn, the pink yarn, is beautiful when you have more than just an edge to it. So I'll probably make a whole blanket out of the pink yarn and get those greens and everything in it. I'm not as crazy about it when it's just the edge. But anyway, there's that blanket and the little hat for it. So, and the pattern was the medium preemie for this, except I thought after 2 rows of the double, where you do 2 double crochet or triple crochets in the same stitch, I thought that was plenty big. It called for, I believe, 3 more rows, and that would have been way too long. So that's what I did. You can manipulate a pattern however you want to for what you need. And that is really all I can think to tell you. Just let me know if you want to participate. I will make sure and keep checking this video to see what people have to say, you know, if they're wanting to participate or whatever. And you could also email me, but if you email me, please be sure and put in the subject line, you're from YouTube, so I don't accidentally overlook your email. So that is all I can think about to say about it. Like I said, about 6 weeks is what we'll give it. That would be the end of February, 1st of March, and then we'll get those taken. So thank you so much for watching this, and if you can be a part of it, I really appreciate that too. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.